Okay, so where we left off was we had installed the motors, the electronics, um, and this is where we're going to run the power. The battery is going to sit up front. So basically, I was decided that I'm not going to glue this down. Um, the pinholes, the location pins, hold it right there. So I'm just going to clamp it down with the pinholes when I'm using it. This way I can access everything if I need to. It won't be exactly waterproof, so I'll have to come in here and dry it out when I'm done using it. And this is more a shelf queen than a motorboat that we're going to use like on a lake or something. It's good for like a pool toy. You can shoot it around in the pool, maybe get some film, video of that. But basically, it's just an RC conversion for a boat model. And you can use, give it to your little toddler that wants to shoot it around in the bathtub. So it'll be a little fun toy like to shoot around in the pool. But like I said, it's not going to be like some of the boats that we're going to build that are actually going to be going on a lake. I do have a conversion kit for a formula boat that I want to do, and I will be sharing that video with you guys soon. We want to get the Batman series out of the way. We're doing this, and I'm also working on the Batmobile. That's this guy here. That one is going to be RC converted too. And I also have a trailer that I borrowed from another kit. That's a 124 scale trailer that I'm going to convert so that the Batmobile can pull the boat around. So now what I want to do is I just want to get the interior compartment mounted in. So that's kind of going to go right in here like that. Let me bring this camera in a little bit more. Sorry about the bouncy wouncies. Okay. Yeah, so we're going to put the tub in now. So for that, we're just going to use some CA glue. I use a medium. It's called Extreme Power. I think you buy it at Hobby Lobby. And I'm just going to location points in here. Put some glue in there. Okay, and then this wire is going to be permanently put through, so we're not going to be using that wire anymore. And also there are locator pinholes up here. We have to match that up. I'll put a little bit on this too. So put a little glue on that. Just a little bit here and there. Okay. And we'll just get that in there. Make sure this is taut here. And locator pin lines up. There we go. Snaps right in there. And that's good. Alright, so we got that in. So now we can glue in the seats. So we'll just put a little glue. You'll see a glue in the locator areas there. I made the interior bucket the interior console a little lighter than the glue that's on the boat. So just put a little glue on that seat. add some accelerator. That would be good. Okay. And see, this hole here I had to cut out for the ESC unit, so don't worry about that. That's going to get covered up when we put the deck on. Always tap your glue. Okay. Okay. So that's in. Seats are done. Okay, so we got the seats and the tub in. Got our battery wire up front. The bow, right? Isn't that the bow? The starboard? No, bow. Forward bow. Rear starboard. Okay, so now I won't have to worry about moving my on and off switch. I can just keep that loose in there. And this way I'll just be able to put the deck on and off. And I'll just have to clip it down like so. And everything's lining up good. I might have to narrow out these holes a little, open up these holes a little bit more. But yeah, so that's looking good. I used the testers. Oh yeah, so like last video I was talking about the fin. It's still, I sanded it down, reprimed it, and sprayed it again, and it's still peeled up. It has some weird effect with that plastic. The other side, not so bad. So I'm gonna sand this up again a little bit, wet sand it, see if I can just clean it up a little bit more before I glue it on and put the light in it. Oh yeah, so we have the light that is going to be installed as well, and that's going to go up in here. I'm going to use a little bit of clear resin to mount it, but yeah, just it's a little micro pico light, and if I can get it through last time. Stuck on something. Oh, there we go. Okay, so there it is. It's hooked in. There's a little switch there. And that's gonna light up like that. Okay, so we'll get this deck off for now, and we're going to work on the figures, paint them up. So we're going to take the deck off for now. It does definitely clamp down nicely. That's why I decided I'm not going to glue it. But if you do decide to do my method and not glue it down, just be careful taking it on and off, because you don't want to break it, especially when the deck is on and the windows are on and everything. You want to be careful you don't snap that pulling it off. So I'll probably just lightly put it in, lightly put it on when I'm using it, and you know, I'll just put some, you can put a little bit of Vaseline around the edges here. It'll stop the water from getting in a little bit more. Not 100%, but it'll help. Alright, so let's get the deck put aside for now. And we'll bring in some of our figures. Now our figures, so I'm going to start off with the Batman first. Now their stocking undergarments are gray. So I already primed it in gray, so I don't really have to do much with this, you know, the undergarment, as much as I have to do the cowl, the face, and everything. But we're going to start off with the portrait first, which is real easy. I'm just going to use a little bit of Vallejo's skin tone basic mixture, and I have my Nik Pro set, which is my wet palette. Let me see if I can just swing this around quick and show you. That's my Nik Pro wet palette, and they have these really nice brushes that come with it. Nik Pro. They're great for miniature painting, so I use those for that. And yeah, it's a good. They're good brushes. I also have. This is a Display brush. Right now I have a 5.0 in there. It's a very small detail brush. I use it for very, tiny little applications. And so yeah, so that's a cool one. It comes with a nice little stand, right? It's all metal. You can change the brush, and the stand you just put a little bit of water in it, and that'll keep the brush from drying out, which is nice. It's got like a little well here you can fill with water. Okay, so here, let me set up for the painting part, and we'll be right back. Okay, so we're starting with the Batman. So we're going to start with the portrait. So we're going to put some dark skin tone. I'm using the Dark Flesh by Model Color. The Vallejo. And so I'm using the brush I'm using is the Nik Pro 1.0. Okay, so it's a very tiny brush, as you can see. So I'm going to go to my palette. I'm just going to load up just a little bit of the flesh color, and I'm going to go right in. I'm going to start on near the side of the first cowl. Oh, by the way, this is an Army Painter pedestal for miniatures, and you can turn it. Also, you can open it and close the clips. This one can't tighten in, but yeah, I 3D printed this. It's a 3D print. Alright, so I'm going to go in, and I'm looking through a magnifying glass, obviously. Well, not obviously, but yeah, I'm using a magnifying glass to see better, because I'm old and I don't see as well as I used to. I'm going to go right over the lips. I'm going to come back in with a watered down red color, or like a fleshy red color for the lips. But for now, I'm just going to get that flesh color in there. You can see. Okay. Around the side here. This is a dark flesh, but I'll tell you something, it's pretty bright. We'll see how it dries. Sometimes, there's a lot of times paints dry a little darker. I am going to be doing some actual comic book drawing and painting on my other channel, the Easy Painting the Artist Show, and I might be doing some figure painting on there too. But show you better ways to use your acrylics and oils. I'm going to be doing mixed media, but mostly acrylics, some oils, pastel. Depends on what I'm doing. But I'm doing a comic book series. I'll be doing Batman and a few other characters from DC, and then of course I like both. I'm not a hater. I like Marvel as well. I like Deadpool and Spider-Man and all that. So I go back and forth. I'm not just a DC guy. Obviously Batman is my favorite. All right, it's coming out nice. See how nice, and it's got a nice tan going right now. All right, so we'll get that on there. And now I'm wondering if I should put some, maybe I'll put a darker flesh on it too, just to accent the shadows. Let's see. Just get this on there first. Now the reason why I'm putting the flesh on first is so even if I go over the cowl a little bit, I'll be able to come back and then when I come back and I paint the cowl, obviously I don't have to, I might mask it off. I have some camo masking gel. It's like a silly putty. Some guys use silly putty too. It's good. It works. You can mask off certain areas on your figures with silly putty, and then spray or whatever you want to do. Paint with a brush or spray with an airbrush. Okay. So his face is looking good. See if I can we get a close up? Yeah, it's about. I don't want to go out of focus. It's starting to look good already. Okay. I won't do his belt till after. Actually, I will do his belt. I'm gonna do the belt yellow, but I'm gonna need to. What you call it? I'll need to add some white first, so the yellow will stand out. I'm dropping my brushes all over the place. Okay, just grabbing some water to rinse my brush. You always want to make sure these little brushes, especially these tiny, 01s and stuff like that, the paint will dry real quick in the ferrule. So you want to make sure you're rinsing your brush really good. Okay. I will lighten the gray. I will lighten some of the gray on the gray undergarment, and the boots and the gloves and the cowl and the cape are all blue. Not like the newer Batmans where they're black. This is the 66 Batman, Adam West. So he had a gray, stocking undergarment that went, pretty much the whole body. It's like a jumpsuit. And then, he had the bat undies. And the belt was yellow. So we're going to do the belt yellow. But first, what you should do when you're painting yellows or translucent colors, put some white underneath. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint the belt in white, and that will help when I put the yellow on. It won't be so translucent that those grays are going to show through. Although I don't mind a little bit of the gray showing through, because that'll add to our shadows. I will use some nightshade or something on it to accent those panel lines. I'm not doing Gundam here. Oh, that's another thing. I'm doing my Mecha builds and Gundam builds, and I will be doing a lot of my Star Wars and stuff on Sprue Porn. Sprue Porn is one of my other new channels that because I want to just kind of keep this more convert RC and model building, you know, cars, boats, planes, hence land, air, and sea. And then on the I can do my mechas and my Gunpla on Sprue Porn. And Sprue Porn is just dedicated to, you know, those mecha, you know, Gundam models and 3D printed figurines and Star Wars stuff, all that kind of good stuff. So yeah, I will leave a link for that. I just started the channel, so there's really no content yet. I will be doing a 30-minute mission. That is Bandai's 30-minute missions. They have mecha, fantasy mecha suits that you can build, and it's supposed to take only 30 minutes, but we're not going to take. We're going to be taking our time with it, and there's so much. 30-minute mission is so much fun. You can do all kinds of. So I got the white on the belt. So the 30-minute missions are a lot of fun. They can really. Sorry, go lighting on here. They're really fun. There's so many add-ons and weapons and all kinds of things that you can add on to the 30-minute mission figure. So it's a lot of fun. It's just like Gundam. It works the same way. They're like snap kits, you know. But there's a lot of work involved. It's not as simple as just snapping the plastic together. Although you can do it that way. They come pre-painted. Alright, I'm also going to do the bat emblem white as well, because we're going to do that yellow. Alright, so I want to do the bat emblem in white. And I'm not worried about going onto the suit, so don't worry about it. We're going to come back and fix all that. But I do want to get a white base on the bat, because that's going to be yellow, and like I said, it's translucent, and we don't want those dark grays coming through if we want a nice bright yellow on the bat symbol. So make sure get that on there. Alright, that looks good. Alright, so we got the symbol painted. Alright, don't worry about the some of the paint overflowing getting onto the suit, because we'll fix that. And okay, so let's work on the eyes. So the eye I'm going to do in white as well. We're going to tone it down when we put the pupils in. So you know what? Oh, let's see. Okay. Looks like it's glowing. Okay. So we're gonna have to tone that down. Okay. So there's his eyes. It looks like he's went into a nuclear chamber. Okay. He's got his bat vision. Alright, so we got all the white in. Now I can tone it down a little bit, which I'm going to do. But first let's start out with some blue. I'm using the Vallejo Model Air Blue. Just give that a shake. Alright. And usually what I do is when I'm setting up my table, I usually put a towel down and then some wax paper. This helps for, like, you know, because I have a nice table. I don't want spills and stuff. And this is great. The wax paper and the towel really prevents a bigger mess than if you spill something. I'm super careful now because I've done this a million times, but if you're new at it, definitely put a towel down, especially if your wife or girlfriend, you're painting on your wife or girlfriend's furniture. This is my work desk, my workbench. Alright, so I'm going to switch to a larger brush now because I'm going to do some coverage on the suit. I'm going to do the cowl, and I'm not going to do around the detail areas. Okay, you don't need to. I'll go in there with a smaller brush when I do that, but I just want to get the main coverage done. So I'm going to go along the gloves. Paint those in. And blue, this blue is a little translucent, so you might have to do a couple of coats. And then the great thing about this thing is you can put them any which way you want. Just keep in mind you want to see where the end of the glove is. Okay, and visually where you might want it to be a little darker. That looks good. Get this part in here. Okay, that looks good. Let's do the other glove. Yes, the arms are loose. I didn't glue them in place yet because I want to see how it sits in the boat, because there's a throttle and a steering wheel, so I want to see if, you know, is he going to be able to hold it or not. If not, then I'll just glue it into place. Okay, so with the hands done, the bat gloves. Looks good. Let's do the cowl. I will speed up some of this process, but I just wanted to show you guys how I get the majority of this painted. And you know, we got to come back, we got to do some shadows, some highlights, things like that. And like I said, probably going to need maybe 2 coats. So we'll put the first coat on. Okay. That's as far as I'll go near the eyes. The rest I'll come in with a finer brush to detail the rest of that. Then we'll come down here, we'll do the boots. Same thing around the edges of the boots, I will come in and refine that. Alright, back boots. Back boots are being painted. And you know, like I've been saying when I started this channel, this is, you know, I know a lot of you guys maybe are checking me out that been doing this for a long time and like, oh, this has been done. But you know, I'm just adding to the ambiance of the hobby, you know, trying to get more people into it and inspired, because it is a fun hobby. And you really escape away from like all the everyday issues, and you know, kind of just enjoy your time with whatever you're doing. And it's important to have a hobby like this that you can escape to for a little while, and it just relaxes me. I have fun with it. It brings out my childhood. This was, you know, Batman was one of my big things in my childhood, comic books and stuff like that. I really enjoyed. You know, I got into music later on and art, but you know, when I was a kid, this was the stuff I liked to do. So it's good to revisit it and get nostalgic and have some fun. So I'm just going back over some of the parts of the cowl. So I did go in a little bit over the face there, but I'll clean that up. Alright, so you guys get the idea, right? So let me stop here for now, and I'm going to finish him up, and then we'll jump over to Robin and get him going, and then we'll start working more on the boat, because we don't want to take all our time doing this. And like I said, you know, this is straightforward. The instructions do tell you, I should say, of what to use on painting instructions. This tells you everything you need, what colors you need to use for the figures. So, all right, let me do a little more work on this guy, and we'll be right back. Okay, so we're back, and I finished painting the Batman, as you can see, and also Robin. And I used some Vallejo's colors, and also some Zinfandel colors, Zinfandel, and finished putting in the bat light, as you can see. The peg is in now, and also I did the dashboard, and I also put in some clear resin in the radar in the console, so you can see that is nice and looks almost like glass now. And the exhaust is on, and the propellers are mounted in proper orientation. So if you put them on, you should have them in this orientation. This way you can go left and right. Also, I decided to magnetize the deck. So let me show you what I did. So you just pull it from the front, okay, and then it lifts right off, and then the magnets are on the back of the boat. I put in a piece of ply so that so it would mount correctly and sit flush with the boat. Also, I wired in the light system, so all you have to do is turn it on, and there you have the light. Looking good. Okay, and then in here, this is all wired in. The battery for the boat cable is up front. The seats are all glued in and ready to go. So I can put the top back on, and it snaps right into place. There you have it. It's all done. So now all we got to do is put in some of the detail pieces on top, the antennas and the rails on the side of the boat, and also the windows. And then we'll start with the decals. Alright, so we'll be right back. We'll check all that out, and I'll be back with the update. Okay, so we're back again, and I just want to explain, these are the last remaining pieces that are going on the boat. And I got some new goodies. One is this new stand. It works for boats, or you can put a car on it, and you know, car body, and paint the body too. It's pretty nice. It's made by War Dog. Okay, and it's all adjustable. You can adjust it from any angle, bring it in, out. So it's good for boats, planes, and cars, car bodies. But it works great when you're working on your boat, like this. And you know, you can, you know, move it around and work on it like that. Also, I got another pair of nippers. These are the Justin Laus. These are really good nippers. They're cheap too. They're not that expensive. I have some good nippers that I use for fine, you know, cutting close to the sprue. But like for this particular type of stuff, you could use a cheaper nipper. It's not going to damage your product. So we're just going to mount some of these pieces to the boat. And also, I got this. It's called O1. It's non-fogging CA glue. And this is great for putting on the windows and the small little greeblies that are going to be put on the boat. It won't, you know, fog the paint. It won't fog the windows. So it's really good glue to use for like doing little details like that. And also I wanted to use CA glue because it's a stronger glue, because, you know, we are going to be shooting this around in a pool, so you want to make sure that it is it's not too weak when it comes to like banging into things. Alright, so let's see, now we're going to look at the directions, and these are all the little parts. I already put in the dashboard parts and everything, but we're just going to put in the radar scope antenna, and the front deck cleat, and the bow light, and the exhaust is on, the rear deck cleats, and that's it. Also the vents we have to put in on the sides, so those are going to go in, and that's what we'll be working on. Alright, so let's start on the front part of the deck. So I'm going to flip her around this way, and I'm going to cut out those pieces, and that's number 27. So I'll go to my sprue, look for 27, I'm blind. Okay, 26, 27, here's 27. and you cut near flush, but not too close. I will sand it a little bit if I have to, but you want to stay away from the part, and because you don't want to nip the part. Okay, so we'll take that piece, and there's a little bit of flash on there. I'll just nip that off, and that looks pretty good. So I'll take a little CA glue. Also, it comes with these little caps that you can put on to force the glue into the spot you want. But I'm going to just do it right on wax paper. A little bit on the wax paper, and then I will put this down into the hole. Okay. So some of the paint got in there, which blocks the hole a little bit. So I'm going to have to just pop a hole in that. And just clean that out a little bit. Test fit it. It's like goes up to the front. Okay, this is where the stand comes in handy. Okay, and should go right in there. Yeah. I might have to trim that peg out. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to trim that peg. I'm going to trim peg. And we'll put a little CA glue in there. Go. That piece is in. Okay. So this is a light, but I'm not going to put the running lights on. I'm going to leave it just the way it is. Okay, next is the cleat, and that goes right behind it. So let me dig out that hole. Okay, that looks good. So let's find the cleat. The cleat is number 28. So we're going to look for 28. And there's 28. Be sure not to cut the peg. And really tight on this sprue. Okay. Cleat number 1. And just trim that up a little bit. All right. Okay. Put the cleat in. So the cleat is what you tie the ropes to when you're up at the dock. A little bit of CA glue in there. And we'll put the cleat in. Like so. Alright, so you guys get the idea, right? Make sure that that's straight. Okay. Cleat, and then the front trail light is on. And you know what, while we're at it, let's put the windows in. So the windows go in like so. Perfect, perfect. So let's put a little CA glue in there. And this is non-fogging, so we don't have to worry about it fogging the windows. So it says, so we'll see. A little dab will do ya. Don't have to put a lot. Okay, let's put the bottom window in. Okay. Just a little bit up front there, just in case it gets whacked. It'll stay in. Okay. Toothpicks will become your friend in this hobby. Okay. So we got the first window in. I will put a little silver around the edge here with a Molotow pen. Let's see what else we got going. Oh yeah, let's do the antenna. So we're going to clip this. Get it from behind. Make sure that you don't cut the pin off. Okay. And that's the radar. Okay. A little CA glue in that. I'm just working my way back. So put the antenna in, and we'll put the other window. Let's dig that out a little bit too. Let's dig it out just a little bit. Alright. And we'll see a glue in there. There we go. Antenna is in. Okay, so the radar antenna is in. And I'll come back and hit it with a little bit of wash, so dull it down so it doesn't look shiny. And let's put the other window in. No, it looks good. It's not fogging up. a little more glue. We'll put some along the edge there. Perfect, snapped right in. Okay, and we'll give a little more glue up on the front end there. Perfect, perfect. Take your time. No need to rush with this. Okay. So we got the whole front end done. Windows are in. Alright, so I'm going to continue. I'll work my way back. I'll put the rest in and then we'll come back and we'll start on the decals. Alright, see you guys in a sec. Okay, we're back and I finished the boat and put all the decals on. Some issues I had, I used a chrome pen to do some of the chrome. It bled out a little bit, so I had to clean that up, but most of it's good. The decals I got from the newer Polar Light kit. The newer Polar Light kit has the pinstriping, the updated bat logo, and the scalloped for the fin. Also, it has the white with the flames on the side. So that was all done. Had some issues here. You could see some cracking in the decal over here too. This broke. I'm going to probably just touch it up with some white paint. I still have to spray it with a clear. The bat light is blinking nicely, and the figures are in. I was thinking about magnetizing the figures, but I want to be able to take them out if I have to, so I'm not gluing them in. It won't be lost if we flip it in a pool, because you can get them out of a pool, but on a lake or whatever, we wouldn't move them with the figures in it. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. It's all pretty much done. Like I said, I just have to shoot it with a clear coat, and then we'll be able to take it for its maiden voyage. And we'll do that in another video. I'll show you guys real quick, you know, go over to my buddy's house or something where I don't have a pool. I live in a complex and we don't have a pool here, so I can't really shoot it around in a pool over here. But I'll find a spot where we can film it, you know, shooting around. Everything is done. The electronics are put in, the props and the fuel jet, whatever the exhaust system is installed. I was thinking about lighting up the exhaust system, but you can. Evan Design has a flickering flame kit that you could put inside here if you wanted to. I painted that in a steel aluminum, so it gives it a more authentic look on the props. I didn't touch the cleats or the antenna or the exhaust manifolds that are coming up out of the back of the boat. I left them just regular chrome like on the tree. But everything else came out really good. The non-fogging CA glue I used on the windows worked really good. It did cause a tiny bit of fogging, but I was able to clear most of it out just by cleaning it with a little warm soapy water. The windows do have to be cleaned up. They're a little mucky right now, but I'll clean them up before I clear coat it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Everything is done. And that concludes the RC conversion on the Bat boat. And we're going to start working on the Batmobile, the 1966 Batmobile. Let me just put this on the side real quick, and I'll show you that as well. Excuse me while I'm setting up. And let me just get that camera. Okay, now the Batmobile is the Polar Lights newer version. Comes with an open trunk, so you can take the trunk off if you want. I'm going to put magnets on the trunk and the hood so I can take them on and off. I was thinking about doing a latching system here. I gotta see. I always change my mind in midstream. And the hood comes off. And so what I did was I'm using the chassis piece. I cut it all out already, and that's going to fit right on top of the RC conversion kit. This I got from Make It RC. Luke over there makes wonderful little 3D printed RC kits that you can purchase over at Make It RC. And I'm not sponsored by him, but he did give me permission to use his stuff in my build, so, and I appreciate that. This is also going to be lighted as well. I'm going to do the bat phone's going to light up. I'm using Tenor Controls. I'm sorry, no, that's going to be on the 80s the Michael Keaton Batmobile. This one here, I'm going to be making my own lighting system for. No, I apologize. No, that is the Tenor Control is for the 66. So yes, it is. I apologize. And it is Tenor Controls. It has Bat AA, 5 outputs, glow, navigation, chasers, outboard motor for the Batmobile project. Okay, and gives you the schematics and everything for the piece. And yes, this is for the 1966 Batmobile. And it has the options so you can light up the, what you call it. Oh, this is the fire set that you can get at Evan Designs. And this you could put in the exhaust end of the Batmobile and make it look like, you know, it's flaming. So that's a good little thing. I don't know if I'm going to use it on the 66, but I will be using it on one of the Batmobiles. Let's see if I can get find the control board. Yes, here it is. So this is the control board for it. And comes with, this is the ESC I'm using to run the car. And this is the control board. It comes with a 9-volt battery. It's going to be a little rough. I might have to save this. I have a Snap project, another Batmobile that's got the painted version of the body. I might use that in the Tenor Controls in that one, and just do a lighting, not a RC conversion. Because it's going to be with the 9-volt battery, if I can get that in the front, and then I have to put another battery in the back for the ESC. So it's a little rough. I'm going to have to really make some good decisions on that and see where I'm at. And speaking of the Michael Keaton Batmobile, Green Strawberry has these etched parts for the you know, the Batmobile from the Michael Keaton one. I think it's the 80s, 88, 89, somewhere around there. 89. Yeah, 1989. So that's the Batmobile from the Michael Keaton movie. It also comes with 3D printed gun turrets, which we'll install. I think I'll make it with the guns out on that. So yeah, that's another project. So we're still building up some more of these Batman vehicles and getting them hooked up and ready to rock. And I'm going to be doing some other movie themed builds too as well. But for now, we're going to be working on this Batmobile. And this kit's a really good kit. It's made by Polar Lights as well. And it's a nice kit. The body's not pre-painted, so we'll have to paint everything. But it fits real nicely on the chassis. And I think I'm going to be able to use the chassis that came in the kit. I'm just going to mount it right to Luke's Make It RC conversion chassis. And just hook it up like that. And we'll see how it works. Make It RC kind of got me hooked on converting these models. It's almost like I can't even build a model now without converting it to RC. Just for the fun of it. For me, I love creating and building up things that are different and one of a kind. So yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this series with the Batboat, and soon we'll have the Batmobile. I have also I stole from another kit, is the trailer, so I can hook the boat up to the back of the car so Batman can tow his boat around. Not seen in any of the series. This was only seen in the movie. And also I have the Bat Cycle. That's going to be a static build-up. It's not going to be RC. Unless, I don't know, unless I can manipulate something. It does have a side cart for Robin, which we could use as a maybe build that up with a small 1/42nd scale around there. I think it is 46 scale. Maybe make that where it shoots out of the motorcycle. But yeah, those are all future builds, and we'll see what happens. All right, guys, thanks for, if you stuck around till the end, you get to see, what I'm going to be doing next, and also the finished build on the Batboat. It's a beauty. Really came out good. I'm very happy with it. Some little details I still need to fix up. I have to fix the cracks a little bit in the decals. I'll figure that out. Maybe just a little white paint and fix that little crack up a little bit. It's not too bad. I mean, you can see it's just, I should have lined it up a little better, but I didn't see it. I looked lined up from not looking at it magnified, but it needed to be lined up a little better. It cracked when I was putting it on. So, but I mean, overall, it came out really good. The decals are a little old. That's why I had some problems. Getting these pinstripes on was not easy either. I will warn you, if you are going to build one of these, take your time, be real careful. You don't want to split them. But once you get them on, I mean, it really complements the model kit, and it does a really nice job. So yeah, that's it. So we'll see you guys on the next episode. Take care.